Bell, the Scottish national anthem. If we mention that enough times, I'm sure one day it might happen.
Yeah, you say something enough, it becomes true.
I know. Like I keep bees, but I don't know if I've ever told anyone that. I'm a beekeeper.
I think it's a good way to start the second record. It's kind of like you're completely starting again. I think it's kind of quite interesting with a double record and this opportunity to make double record that goes together but two separate discs. I mean, there's something in that it is almost like a kind of separate album in a way, and it's nice to kind of start again. We don't really know yet how people are going to listen to it, whether they're going to listen to the whole record in one go.
I think it'll be a mood-based thing.
Yeah.
I think people will pick a record.
If you want to pick me up, you go to start on Stinging Bell.
Start on Stinging Bell, that's what I would do. And we've got your national instrument, the bagpipes on that song, and it just feels great. We'll be playing it live for a wee bit now, and it just feels fantastic. And
it's got that kind of slight folky thing, like disguised and cloaked in a really heavy, riffy rock song. It's quite interesting when we play it acoustically. I think you get to hear a different side of the song.
Yeah, it's a lot more kind of folky. It almost sounds like a traditional Scottish song.
And you doubled up your snare drums so that it just sounds like a shotgun attack. It really is quite aggressive. Sounds like Balloons starts off with the best guitar sound I think they've ever had.
Yeah, it sounds like a creepy crawly crawling in the inside of your speaker. I think that's what I feel like.
Wow. That's a nice description. But really, standout line for me is Ancient Rome, who built that fucking stone by stone.
Nice beat.
I got it just in time.
And it just, that line kind of conjures up so many images for me. I'm not entirely sure exactly what you're thinking when you wrote it, but for me it's like we did that, and it's Ancient Rome is quite a big thing to have said. It's quite a statement, but I think it's really strong.
Yeah, it also features the titles of the two albums.
It does,
Stand
yeah.
at the Core of Our Bones and Land at the End of Our Toes, which is nice.
And very nice. Yeah, sensible.
Yeah,
it's a sensible move. Yeah, and we've been playing that live. That's one of the first ones we've been playing live, and it's going down a treat, and it's a pleasure.
Still trying to figure out how to move. I think the first few times you play it, I know it sounds really wanky to say, but the first few times you play a song live, you're not entirely sure how to move your body.
Don't have the groove yet. I know you're
because we haven't really had many songs in the past that have had that type of groove.
No.
So it's nice to see.
Almost dancing. It makes you want to shake your hips.
Well, I'm watching you shake your hips.
Alright.
It's
that's good to know.
It's something else.
I've been wondering what you've been doing during the show. Where's Jim tonight?
Just constantly backing up just to get a better look.
Bear.
I don't get to shake my hips.
Baby, if you could, would you go back to the start?
Biblical was probably the last song to come together for the album, and it was a song that actually I wrote when we were working on our live album, getting it mixed, and it was written on keyboards, which there's a couple other songs on the album that are written on keyboards and they're more explicitly so, you could probably tell by listening to them, but that song was written with kind of string samples, and most songs we really work on for a long time in the practice room, and that song I think we just kind of we knew the melody was great and we just wanted to keep it simple, so when we went into the studio we weren't quite sure what way to take it, and I guess we went down the uber bombastic route. That was a song that we attempted to have a gospel choir on and it didn't quite work, but I guess we got a bit more synth in that song than most other rock songs, but and it's about just trying to fix things in life and try and kind of find a way through, I guess, a certain moment. And the album's very much two halves. The first album's kind of about reflecting back on things and how you end up in a situation, and the second album's about trying to fix that situation and move forward. So that song's kind of fits into that idea. Thought is a ballad. Again, that was some songs can be very simple the way they come out, and that song just worked from the first time we did it. I guess as soon as I had the lyric, which is an old Swedish proverb, the secrets in the snow will always come out in the thaw. It felt like a beautiful way to end the first disc, and it's kind of it's saying to someone what you would do for them, and that you want them to feel the same way about you as you do about them, and you know, it's probably one of our most straightforward songs, but there was just something about it that really clicked from the first time, and it felt epic, and it just felt right, you know. And sometimes you can't put your finger on why a song works, but that one just felt great from the first time we played it.
Faster tunes on the record. Okay, it's a bit more punky than some other ones, and obviously one we've been playing live a lot. What can I say about that?
It went through a few different incarnations, that song actually. That was a song that perhaps took a couple of months to really find how it should flow, and yeah, it's great fun to play live. You know, it's probably the most aggressive song on the double album, and yep, it's a winner.
It's tiring to play live.
It is tiring. I'm glad I'm not Ben. It's tiring for us, but it must be really tiring for Ben.
I love it though.
It's kind of non-stop.
Yeah.
Spanish radio. This is our first foray into mariachi music,
yes.
Which, you know, it kind of felt like a bit of a risk when we decided that we were going to hire in a mariachi band, but it kind of came out in a way that we couldn't have anticipated. It really elevated the song for us, you know, and it always felt like quite a special song the way it flowed. You know, it's kind of hits this rhythm, you know, for the first 3 minutes, and then it just explodes at the end. And it was we knew it needed something. We knew mariachi would probably work, but you know, with the help of David Campbell, who did a lot of the scoring in this record, he really elevated it, and it was interesting working with the mariachi musicians who weren't used to playing with kind of weird time signatures and things. So it was a long session the night they were in. Lots of tequila was drunk, and but you know, it came out amazingly well. You know, I think someone described it as mariachi space rock, which sounds like the coolest thing ever. So new genre, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. We've just dropped that G-bomb.
Yeah, I think on paper, if you go math rock and 5/4 and heavy guitars plus mariachi,
your computer says now
equals fail.
Blue screen of death.
It's not going to work, but we managed to pull it off, I think. So we're very proud of that.
You got to swing the bat to hit the ball.
You do, and
wow,
home run,
more,
so profound.
Home run.
There's going to be more, man. I can feel it, just one of those zones in the zone.
I think it's probably our most ambitious piece of music.
Yeah. Pocket is the bane of my fucking life. I've had the verses of that song for probably about 4 years, and it's the only time this has ever happened with our band that we've kept a song because it's just not been quite right. Normally we clear the decks and start with a blank canvas on every album, but this song I just couldn't get a chorus that worked, and then after about 7 aborted attempts we hit upon something that we were happy with this time round, and it's kind of a West Coast kind of 60s pop song or something, something very, very unusual for us to do. You know, there's a guitar solo in it.
I know, it's almost risky. It's risky.
It's the riskiest song we've ever made.
In its plainness, it's risky for us.
But remember we talked about even 4 years ago or 5 years ago playing it in the practice room, thinking that this shouldn't be right, but for some reason it just felt
right.
You know,
yeah.
That sometimes that's the best judge. It's like, how does it make you feel when you play it and listen to it? And I guess we're maybe a little concerned because it's quite a simple song and it's quite kind of sweet in its way, and I guess we've traditionally been a little bit weird and quirky, and I just don't think, you know, we like the song. You know, that's the kind of measure. It's not like, is this cool, or are we trying to do something really weird?
I think if we hadn't made a double album, you know, it perhaps would stand out a bit too much in a single record, you know, but because we were able to explore so many things in the double album, it felt like there was room for it, and it could kind of balance things out, so it was
it's hilarious that we're so scared of a simple song.
I know, yeah, we're apologising. No, it's a beauty.
It's a beauty. We're very, very proud.
Very proud.
Again, a very, very ambitious piece of music.
Yeah, it's got a swing to it that I guess I can sing in a kind of bluesy manner.
Soul.
Again, it's something we've never tried before, and it just, you know, like we try not to analyse the songs too much. You know, if it feels right, we do it, and if it doesn't, we won't. And that song, we do have a tap dancer in that song. which was interesting. In fact, we got one at about an hour's notice. Good old LA. You know, anywhere else in the world, you ask for a tap dancer, someone will go, "Ain't got no tap dancer."
Yeah.
But
Well, if you're not in Nashville, you say that.
you ain't got yeah, in Scotland, hey, we ain't got no.
When we were recording the tap dancer, we did that over at Ocean Way Studios where we recorded Only Revolutions, and I suddenly got a moment where I thought we've completely lost it here because in the very same room we used 100 grand's worth of microphones to record our stomps for the start of the last record, and then this time around we've got 100 grand's worth of microphones to record a tap dance, and after a split second I thought we've lost the
We were
mind here."
losing it.
But there was something really nice about it to come back to places we've been before, and of course working
Use
with,
that flow
working with
again.
David Campbell in that song as well was really,
And
really
it kind of ends in a kind of stoner rock riff, which is weird. You know, it's got a nice development, that song. Fun one to play.
The light leaves me
Quite a good
terrified.
story about how you wrote this. It's not written well.
Yeah, it's actually.
with one hand.
Well, I
and
was,
walking up the stairs.
yeah, it's weird. Again, just an example. Some songs can be really simple, and some songs take ages. Like I went downstairs to get my guitar. As I was walking up the stairs, I just thumbed two strings and sang the melody to the verse and the chorus. And literally within 15 steps of being downstairs and going upstairs, the song was just there, and we just went in and recorded it almost immediately. And you know, we demoed it almost immediately, and it's kind of, we've got Ben Bridwell from Band of Horses in that one too, and it's, to me, it's got a kind of country thing to it. You know, maybe no one else will hear that, but it's epic, and it's got a lot of space in it.
Yeah.
And when we recorded those drums, Ben went into a huge big room to get the big Simon and Garfunkel la la la
Yeah,
to get that
absolutely.
sound.
Absolutely.
And yeah, worked well.
Yeah,
And then we ended up, like, we've never ever started a song with a chorus before, but that song starts with the chorus, which don't bore us, get to the chorus. That's what we did. One of the most uplifting songs on the record. We also used the church organ from Pasadena on that one, and that song lyrically is about galvanizing yourself and your friends and your family, and trying to just do things together and realize how much you need each other and how much you mean to each other, and you know, I guess the key lyric is we've got to stick together, you know, through good times and bad times. You have to, you know who to trust, and you have to believe in people around you, you know, even though things don't always go according to plan. So we wanted the second album as a more positive album anyway, but you know, we wanted it to end on a happy note and make people want to press play in the first one all over again.
Yeah. And it's got 5 drum kits on it, so
Yeah,
what a great way to finish a double album.
that was good fun doing
So we've
that.
got these guys that earlier said they could play drums, clearly can.
Yeah.
Ben had to chill us out, we were all like,
Yeah.
Guys.
oh, that
Don't make me look bad.
keep it
Yeah,
simple.
everyone's like, why did the drums in that one sound like
sounds
So
so
good.
Augmented by real talent. No, it was great. We got into this. It was actually a kind of sonic tempo room, wasn't it? And we set up 5 drum kits, and us and 2 other lucky individuals who shall not be named got to play drums in that song, and that's why the drums sound so ridiculously massive.
But there's a black chandelier